So the Combat V2 with all of the stat modifiers and different damage types and different shield types, and so that's all going in today. Nemesis Engine is the NPC generator, and John can probably get more into specifics on how that all works. It's technically in there right now, but really part of this phase 2 release. Cultivation claims have been added. Again, cultivation claims consume or produce unique organic resources that then go into stim or potion production, and then those are consumables that will buff your fleet. The not quite going in today, but also something that's going to be part of this phase 2 is the democracy module, and a feature I'm really excited about. The democracy module allows you to participate in regional governance with requirements of both crew and housing. And for the housing, we're using the CSS claim stakes, which are going to be converted to housing units that can be used anywhere. If there are any questions about how we're going to redeem land plots on the CSS claims associated with the start sequence sale back in 2022, I can elaborate on that. But nevertheless, it'll be housing plus crew requirements and then delegated PvP. And the PvP is going to be not in the testing, but would be pulled from your Polis locker on mainnet. For now, we're just allocating a certain amount of PvP to every account that can be delegated to a specific starbase. Core mechanics of that are being able to vote on either adding fees or reducing fees that are generated at that local system, at that starbase, and then you would get a proportional share of that atlas generated through the fee capture as revenue distribution. There's a lot of mechanics we can expand this to in the future, and again, I don't want to spend too much time talking about what those could be right now, but one of the examples I've been using frequently is just being able to use that local pool of capital to hire security patrol forces that can help you defend a starbase. And then the last thing is we are adding ZXP tracking to C4. So for anyone participating in C4 PTR from today going forward, you're going to be able to earn Zinc XP towards that origin season. So a lot there, a ton of stuff that we've added in, a few things that we're still kind of grinding last minute to get in there. And I'm just waiting on confirmation. We did deploy the program update, and we should be seeing the new build live soonish. I haven't checked myself, but all of this is rolling out as we speak. So a lot there. let me pause and
Yes,
open to
go get a
questions.
sip of water. Go get a sip of water. And while you do that, I also would like to highlight some very cool stuff that Aradis, who is in the audience, have been cooking on the sidelines. We also did a complete rework on council rank nodes. Basically, all the careers in Star Atlas, data running, mining, crafting, they got a rework. Now, the council rank nodes, they follow a XP curve logic. They unlock real stuff, real components in game. For example, piloting will get you benefits while piloting. The scanning career will unlock stuff for you in game as well. Crafting recipes will be gated by different nodes. So the game actually wins a lot more depth now. It will, you guys will need to train, you guys will need to grind to acquire XP, and then you need to think wisely on how to deploy your council rank levels and stuff like that. And also, while the single player experience, the full single player experience and tutorial is not yet live in this build, Arades also built something very cool that is a goal system inside the PTR. So when you guys first join the C4 PTR Phase 2, you guys will see that we have actual goals for you in-game. Things that will drive your experience, to give you an objective, to teach you how to play the game to some extent, and that will guide you through the menus. It will help you navigate the complexity of C4 while we're still building the overall tutorial and things like that. It is pretty cool. I'm super excited for you guys to start testing it. Uh, and yes, it's super interesting.
Yeah, and as we're on the topic of that, other enhancements, there was a fix that should be rolling out with this update as well, related to the territory control and really the blockade concept of the map. Um, for those of you that have been playing, you'll know it hasn't been working as intended, where you can essentially freely fly into any region across an enemy faction right now. That's not how it's supposed to work. Um, Technically, there's this concept of safe zone expansion, and it's, I guess, without sharing a screen, without being able to visualize it, this might be a little difficult to understand. Let me actually just do a screen share here real quick.
Drop the alpha, Michael.
Let's see. Hopefully I'm not leaking anything, but okay. So for example, when you have a territory that is captured like this M6 here, and you also control all of the entry points to that territory, so M10, M16, M11, those are all the borders of this M6, your safe zone should expand. So where you see the solid territory, that is technically a safe zone. What that would mean is that you would control M6, it would be solid territory. Nobody could fly directly into M6. They would need to turn, say, M10 or M16 into a contested territory. And when it's contested, then you have an entry point into M6. And so you'll, again, concept of tug of war, you'll have sectors, and I'm trying to think of another good example, like Mud, for example, could go take Oni 13. Now, if they captured Oni 9, 8, 21, 22, 15, 14, not 10, but just the surrounding territories, those could all be contested, but technically Oni 13 would be a safe zone for Mud, even if it's completely isolated from the rest of the controlled territories. And so, point is, this update should now reflect when you have kind of protected, expanded safe zone territories based on controlling all of the surrounding territories of each of these regions. I don't know if
This
that all
is
makes sense, but
yeah, no, no,
I'm
no.
pretty excited about that one.
It made sense, and it is plays with the complexity of the game, of the depth of the strategy. Yeah, it's kind of like Risk, Chet Roberts. Yes, it's quite an interesting feature. Michael, I saw a question from us regarding the Zinc XP co- components of C4 PTR. He asked
Mhm.
if the experience gained in C4 will be the same as the one provided in Holocene, or
Is this for Zinc XP? If it's for Zinc
yeah,
XP, it's a different
yes,
formula completely.
okay,
Greater or less? Technically, it's going to be a little bit greater. Um, I guess I'll share. I mean, the way it's structured is that you can, yeah, the target is that you can earn a maximum of 500,000 ZXP per phase, and we're targeting 30-day phases here. So phase 2, you could earn 500,000 base ZXP. However, any multipliers that you have, which could be because you have a Zinc subscription, or because you have completed your daily check-in where you can get up to 25% bonus, those multipliers would apply on top. So you can really get 2.25x of the 500K, which is 1.125 million ZXP over a 30-day period. Holosim was similar. I think it was a maximum of, I don't recall it exactly, but something like 1.8. If you had a 2.25x multiplier, you could get 1.8 million over the entire season, which lasted a couple of months. So I would suggest that, like, over the next 2 phases, you can probably earn a little bit more than you could in Holosim, but it's pretty similar because this is a fully free-to-play product with no expense requirement and no real assets in the game.
very cool. People are worried about the tutorial, Michael, for C4.
Mhm.
Uh, and I'm explaining here that we are, of course, developing the single player experience, which will teach you how to play the game overall. But we made a great leap in this front with Arada's goal system for Phase 2. You guys will understand better what I'm saying here, but the goal system actually guides you through the different careers and gameplay loops, and it gives you hotkeys that allows you to understand the different menus, the different tasks in game. So I'm really looking forward for you guys' feedback once you guys test it, because it should be surely helping the onboarding process and help you guys understand overall the logic of the different tabs and systems in C4.
Yeah, and just to expand on that, to your point, Jose, I think the initial tutorial system that Arades built is actually really, it's cool. It is intended to be extremely basic and just walk you through the basics of how to play. Now that's not a full tutorial, obviously, but where we're looking at kind of covering the tutorial and onboarding requirements is largely going to come in phase 3, and that's with this idea of a single player campaign mode. Danny's been working aggressively on that, and it is fully single player, probably a replacement for Holosim, but it's an entire campaign and storyline as well as tutorial that you can go through, and it'll be completely free to play. Probably something that we could even carve out and launch independently on Steam, for example, if we wanted to do that, um, which would be a cool new user funnel for us, as well as new user onboarding. But that single player campaign mode is intended to teach you everything you need to know about how to play, and then the goal would obviously be migrating those users into the mainnet, fully on chain, and live economy game from there. And we'll probably pull some of the elements from that single player campaign and introduce missions and expand on the tutorial that's in the mainnet on chain product as well. But we're kind of tackling this from two different angles.
Yep, yep. Guys, feel free to drop your questions on the chat. I'm sure you guys will have a lot more questions once we deploy the PTR. It's coming. Lerino has a question. Tell us, Lerino, what's in your heart, my friend? Any plans for basic automation in game?
Yes, but not from us actually. Swift42, shout out to him, has been doing really great work on C4 Sly A. Now, at some point, we'll likely add our own automation. We obviously had a form of automation in Holosim, but it hasn't been a major focus for us, given there are community developers and Swift specifically that's working on automation tools for C4.
Awesome. Guys, the code for today is phase 2. I drop it in the chat.
Yeah, and I'll just address a comment from Sim above. I mean, nothing is final here, Sim. So if you do have any recommendations on where you believe UX can be improved, please feel free to forward them to us or submit it through the ticketing system. Happy to take another look at things and make the game as enjoyable as possible across gameplay and how you interact with the game.
Absolutely, we are always open to feedback. I'm checking to see if the live build's already live.
Just an update on that. It is running right now, the wipe and redeploy. We didn't mention this. I guess we should have. We've talked about it previously, but every new phase is going to likely be accompanied by a complete wipe of the board. So your character will need to be recreated. Any assets you had they're gone, and you'll just start over here. But we are currently running the wipe and redeployment right now, so should be soon.
It's live, actually. I just joined. Awesome. Yeah, guys. So it's live. Everyone is now free to go watch Argentina getting its ass kicked while playing the phase 2 of PTR. Let me share the link.
I am. Are you sure it's live? It loads, but I was not forced to recreate a character, so
Yeah, I wasn't
I
forced to recreate a character. I did anyways, and then I can see the new features are there.
I
So
had to create a new character, so maybe I don't know.
interesting. Okay.
might just be caching for me. It is a process, so it's possible, Jose, that your character was already wiped and it's still going
Probably.
sequentially through different characters. So it might not be final yet, but again, process is running right now, so very soon here.
It's super cool. All right, everyone. I think we can close the brew now. So we let the community get acquainted with the C4 PTR Phase 2, and we go cheer for England to destroy Argentina.
Oh,
Everyone.
one more thing here is you will need to connect your Sage C4 account through Zinc. So this is actually kind of the inverse of what got broken on HoloSim. But you're not going to be linking your Zinc account in the C4 client. You need to go log into Zinc dashboard and connect your Golden Era account through Zinc directly.
Oh, interesting. We should make an announcement about that, Michael, actually. I will
Yes.
draft something. All right, everyone. Well, it's going to be the same link, guys, that you guys are playing. Sage.staratlas.com. And we'll post the announcements as soon as the full wipe is done. Any last questions before we close? I'll take that as a no. So let's go enjoy the PTR. Thank you everyone for being with us here today. Super excited to get your guys' feedback on this next phase of the PTR. Already looking forward to the phase 3 development. And I hope you guys have a great week and that England wins against Argentina. John, Michael, thank you.
Mm-hmm. We'll see.
Thank you guys for being here with me today. I hope everyone has a great week and we'll see you guys soon. Bye bye,
Thank you guys.
everyone.
Thanks everyone.
See you.
Love you all.